21 Spicy sex moves men crave in the bedroom. The best part is, these moves are just as satisfying for you too. So first off, let's lose the regressive trope of needing to please your man and only your man, because that's totally backwards. Your orgasm matters just as much as your partner's does, no matter what your genitalia looks like. Are we good? Good. Be honest. Do you tend to focus on your partner's pleasure more than your own? If you're just in the slightest bit curious about what your man may crave in the bedroom, totally get that and explore it. I'd highly recommend you initiate a sex talk, since great communication equals great sex. Here are 21 things men may be into in the bedroom. Number 1. He wants you to show him how you like it. Men are very much visual learners. Show him, literally with your hands, how you like it. Don't be afraid to move his hands, position your body, and use verbal and non-verbal communication to ensure a good time for both of you. Sexy role play tip. Lay on the bed and touch yourself while you order him to look but not touch. It's a sexy, easy way to show and tell. Number 2, he wants to take it out of the bedroom. Men love variety. Keep it exciting by exploring new places to play, such as the kitchen table, laundry room, in the car, or even outside. Having sex in new areas can also lead to more fun and creative opportunities to roleplay. Number 3, he wants you to make eye contact with him. Yep, sometimes it's all about that emotional connection. Men want to see how their partner is feeling and reacting to what they're doing. The more women can lose themselves in the moment and enjoy what their man is doing to them, for them, the better. Number 4, he craves more laughter. Humour takes the pressure off of, well, pretty much everything. The same thing applies to sex. I've spent years in encounters and relationships where everything in the bedroom is just so serious. It's as if when we toss aside our clothes, our sense of humour gets thrown out as well. Having a good laugh can improve intimacy and relieve some of the pressure we feel to perform. This makes it easier to be spontaneous and let loose. Number 5, he wants to make love too. Yeah, sex is cool and all, but so is a more intimate physical connection with a partner you really love. While the term making love isn't often initiated by men, they usually mention it after their partner has brought it up first. After getting over the stigma of the corniness of making love as a term, these men do want to make love, as in have sex slower, more intentionally, and more passionately, with an emotional connection. Number 6, he wants you to initiate sometimes. One of the most common complaints I hear in couples therapy is that male partners in hetero relationships feel like they often have to initiate sex with their female partners. Men like to be seduced too. They like to feel desired and attractive. Initiating sex sends the message to your man that you want him, which gives him a major confidence boost. A pointer. Ask him how he'd like you to initiate. And if you're initiating sex in your own way, by rubbing his back or something, clue him into what you're doing, so he knows that you're trying to get it on. Number 7, he wants you to be loud if you feel like it. If you're a screamer, scream. Don't hold back your moans, groans, screams, and growls of pleasure. Men love to hear this. It's so erotic and really turns them on. Not to mention, it's liberating for you too. Don't hold back if you're really feeling it in the moment. It's just communicating, only in a sexier way. Number 8. He wants you to actively participate. Many men like to have sex with women who actively participate. Actively participating just means meeting his thrusts with your own thrusts, grinding your hips, and flexing your PC muscles, the muscles that stretch from your pubic bone to the tailbone. These are all things you can do from whatever position you're currently in. You can also use your hands to squeeze your guy's arms and pull his body closer to yours, or use your lips to explore more of his body. All these moves will let him know you're loving the action. Number 9. He wants you to communicate. This goes both ways because he should be expressing his desires with you too, but a partner who can explain exactly how they want to be touched is endlessly sexy, and it helps him deliver up some honesty about what he wants too. Number 10. He wants different positions. If you're a couple who does it missionary style on the bed a few nights a week, it could be possible that both you and your partner are craving something different every now and then. After all, part of the reason something like hotel sex is so damn appealing is because humans crave novelty. No one is suggesting you go out of your comfort zone just to please some dude. But hey, if the idea occurs to you that it might be hot to have him spin you around and bone you from behind against your kitchen counter, well, then do that. Number 11. He wants you to take charge. Imagine sex is like a group project, and you are obviously very invested in getting an A, or having an orgasm. Your group members might be all talk, but when it's 3 a.m, the night before something's due, and you're not any closer to that A, you might need to take control if you really want to see it through. So take charge. Show him the moves you use to get yourself off when you're alone, and let him in on the fantasy. He'll love the idea of his own private peep show, and he'll be learning exactly what it is you need to get off. Honestly, this is basically just investing in your future orgasms. Number 12. He wants you to be direct. While he might act like he knows exactly what's up, no one ever wished for less direction in bed. Save the ambiguity for pre-hookup sexting, and don't be afraid to ask for what you really want. If you're worried about offending him, trust you won't. Just focus on the positives to tell him about what you are and aren't into. Don't be afraid of telling him, "Oh, that's not doing anything for me." But don't leave it there. Adding, "I really liked it when you were doing this before," will help send the right message. Positive reinforcement always works wonders. Tell him how good it feels when he does something right, or remind him of a technique that always gets you off. If he's not giving you enough foreplay, ask him to use his hand or mouth to warm you up, saying that you want to draw out the experience. Number 13. He wants all the visuals. For men, what they see is almost as good as what they get, so make sure to give him an eyeful if you're feeling it too. Number 14. He wants you to feel confident about what you like in bed. Being open about what you like, even if you're worried about what someone might think, is the best way to connect with each other in bed. Don't be ashamed or worry that he might think it's weird that you need a vibrator to get off. or you've always wanted to go Dutch on a set of bed restraints. Women are often afraid to get naughty in a relationship because they don't want to shatter any good girlfriend image he's got, or they don't want him to think they're weird. But men want to see that no-holds-barred side of you. They just don't want to offend you by asking for it. Number 15. Spontaneity equals good sex. It's easy to fall into a rut, but there's nothing like spontaneity to keep things fresh in a hookup. You may also want to do something unexpected, like initiating a new position or trying a passion prop. Number 16. He wants to mix things up. Repetition can make a once hot sex life feel meh. So be open to varying things in bed. Any change in speed, pressure or position will make the act more interesting and pleasurable. Variety keeps him in a heightened state of arousal because he never knows what to expect. Number 17. He wants to get primal. Sure, binging Tiger King might not be the hottest thing around, but there's something to be said about looking to the animal kingdom for a little inspiration. What you'll observe watching wildlife is a raw, natural drive and complete inhibition when it comes to mating. Let your animal out, be free, and let your wild side take over. Number 18. Sometimes he just wants to do nothing at all, which is fine. Okay, I get it. For every wild, aggressive bone sesh you've had, your partner would probably welcome a break sometimes too. And for a softer approach, trying positions like reverse cowgirl, which prevents him from controlling the rhythm, means you can go at whatever speed you like. Number 19. He wants you to dominate him. To dip your toe into 50 Shades for Beginners territory, the power dynamic has to shift. Tell your partner he can't talk, touch, or even move unless he's told to. Tell him if he disobeys you or doesn't follow your directions, he'll be punished. Boss him around a little and tell him how you want him to touch you. Tell him what to say, what to do, and direct his every move. Watch him squirm and remind him from time to time that you're in control. But note, you have to then actually take control and make him a slave for your pleasure. Number 20. He wants you to do something just a little kinky. If you're in a rut, a surefire way to distract yourselves from the issue at hand is to try something out of your comfort zone. Sex is often a way to release tension and stress. For many guys, the more stress they have, the more they may want to do sexual acts that are out of the ordinary. If you're going to try it out in real life, first off, have an open and frank conversation about safe boundaries and safe sex. Everyone's threshold for this kind of stuff is different, and you have to proceed with caution. Basically, that means know what you're doing. This requires total trust and informed consent from both partners, period. Have a preset signal to know when to cut off play and stick to it no matter what. Trying something kinky doesn't mean springing a blindfold on someone out of the blue without any warning. Ask him what he considers taboo when it comes to sex and communicate that you're open to talking about or trying out new desires you both have in the area. Or you can always try a simple yes, no, maybe list. Number 21. He wants to talk about his fantasies with you. Guys are often hesitant to talk about fantasies because it makes them vulnerable. The risk of sharing a fantasy and having it looked down on would be humiliating. Their words, not mine. So, if you can open up the communication so he feels safe sharing his fantasy with you, it'll only improve and help your relationship. As with any sexual fantasy, it's best to discuss details beforehand. Open up the dialogue by discussing one of your fantasies first. This makes it more comfortable for him to talk about his own fantasies and will establish a baseline of trust and a safe space, which is essential to really letting go and communicating openly. This can help the two of you discover which fantasies you may have in common and, if so, which would be easiest to turn into reality. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons and leave a comment below this video to let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment below this video to let me know what you would like to see next and what type of videos you want me to create for you. I will be able to respond back to you as soon as possible. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.